Bom dia. We're starting another project. They never end here on the property or the sítio. Today I'm going to be trying to get water down to the garden. So we tried something earlier and it didn't work well, and I'll show you that once we get down further what we tried. So we got water that comes across from the other side of the valley, but recently we fixed it so that water is coming from the waterfalls back here. And 3 days ago we lost water, and so I didn't want to hook up any water to the tank for the garden until we knew we had it restored. And me and the neighbor went out and did that. I'll have a short follow-up video just kind of showing the waterfall, what we did. It's not real descriptive, not real, you know, in depth. I think it's a minute and a half long, but it'll at least show you the waterfall where the water's coming from that we drink. And it's the second waterfall. This is the highest one. There's a lower one. So today's project is going to be run 100 meters worth of piping from the tank there all the way down to the garden. Can you guys see it down there? It's way down there. So I hope this is enough. I think it is, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure where I'm going to route it. I think what I'm going to do is come over here, go down, and then across, and then run it along that fence down into the ditch, and then somewhere end it over by the garden. Let's get started. So the first thing I have to do is I have to change out this valve. What I'm going to do is I need to reduce it from, I think that's like a 1-inch pipe to 3/4, or it's 3/4 to 1 inch is what it is, or 1/2 inch. 3/4 to 1/2 inch. So I pre-taped up my connections so I can tighten them up. There's water in the tank, so when I go to do this I'm gonna get wet. And but that's fine. It's hot today. I'm already sweating. Oh. Alright, we'll see if we can tighten these guys up a little bit. It's going to have to be super tight because the water pressure is not that high. But don't want no leaks. And we'll do this one. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that screw off of there. Not a screwdriver, but oh, it does fit. Good. Alright, here we go. I got to stick this in, take this out and stick this in. That was pretty good. I really want it in a little further though. Not working. take it out again. Oh, that's not good. Guess what? The hose, where it goes in there, doesn't even have a clamp on it. So I know the pressure is not high, so it's not going to blow it off, but now I got to be super careful when I run that hose that it doesn't pull on it, because if it does, it'll pull it out and it'll empty the whole tank. Why? Do it right. So one thing I brought from the United States was this big guy. Basically, it's used to cut PVC piping. I've tried it on some piping here in Brazil, and it really didn't work well. Look how nice cut that is. Should just go right on there. It does. I'm not going to connect it right now because I want to make sure that I uncoil I'm going to uncoil the pipe a little bit and get it down around the corner before I think about attaching it here. I'm hot. It's wicked humid today. So I hope the sun softens this up a little bit. This way I can get it to lay straighter, and then I'll have exact lengths. But for now, that's what it's going to be. It's got a little bit of a twist in it, but I need to go get tie wraps because I want to lightly secure it to the fence in a couple spots, just to hold it there, and then maybe later replace that with some type of wire to hold it on. Alright, I think the way this is laying is going to be fine. We're not going to bury it, so I guess I can always change it some other date. but maybe, you know, make it a little more straight. Problem is I weed whack. I'm always worried about weed whacking because weed whacker hit this and it's going to cut it. So I'm going to tie wrap this in 2 spots, one on each side. And then I think eventually wherever the tie wraps are at, I'll replace it with like some type of wire. I don't want this to kink. If it kinks, I'll have to put a 90-degree in there. All right, let's move down to the next spot. I think we'll just put it right here. Why do I make things difficult? Just simplify it. There we go. All right. Got a twist in it. Alright, went and got a rock that kind of hold this in place. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tie wrap this to this. There we go. Came out pretty good. There's plenty of cable here. I think what I'm gonna do is wait for the big boss to get home and decide on a couple things where we want this to end up. Like, you know, maybe she wants it right here or at the corner of the garden there. The hose we're going to use is the hose that we have dribbling in there. The reason we're going to use that is we decided to buy a hydrator for the pond, and we're just going to run the hydrator a couple hours a day to add oxygen in, because one, this is using our drinking water. And granted, it's not really being wasted. It just goes into the pond, goes right back into the river that it came from. But it's constantly running water through the pipes, which means there's more dirt that's going through there. So that hose is plenty long. I think it's 32 meters. So that should cover this portion of the garden and get her into the fruit trees if she wanted to do fruit trees. At least won't have to carry buckets of water as far. So I think I'm going to stop right there. When boss gets home, we'll ask her some questions.
Start.
Need to what?
Cover.
Cover what?
Like that one. That put the... Like we did here, put the white one that way.
Okay. Well, we'll need probably 1, 2, 3, 4 more bamboo posts like this, and then you know, the tops to go around. So, all right. So here's the question. This is all the extra that we got. So where do you want to be able to connect the hose to this piece of pipe?
So you're gonna put a faucet too, right?
Yes, but where do you want that faucet to be at to connect the hose?
Then we have a long thing we can put over there, so closer to the fruit trees.
Okay, so if I run it all the way to here, when you run the hose, you're going to either have to run it up and over the fence or through the fence to water.
That for me doesn't matter.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So now where do you want the faucet? I'll run the pipe here. I can run it up here. I can run it to the corner, or I can just put it right here, and then you attach the hose here.
Probably it's better here to be safe. Put it there, somebody's gonna...
So I'll attach it to this post here.
Exactly. Okay, to here, so I can face it that way, so I can put...
So you can what?
So I can run the hose for that way and this way.
Okay. So I've decided I'm going to make sure that the hose coming out of the tank is properly attached. So in order to do that, I'm going to take out some of these bricks. I'm not sure why the bricks are so high, but for me they don't need to be there. So I'm going to chisel them out, put a clamp on that end, tighten it down, and then I'll feel more comfortable, because if somebody trips on this, jerks it out of the tank, then the whole tank will empty out. Okay, here we go. Trying to get the clip around the end of the pipe, but it's too big and it won't fit. So now I decide, well, I'm just going to cut it off so it's not flanged out so far, and then I'll slide it on. Do a quick cut. I don't even put the clip on. I go to slide it back onto the connector and the pipe splits on me. So while I'm pushing it on, it's splitting down the side because the plastic is really brittle due to how old it is. Now I'm going to plug it with my finger, and I'm thinking, what do I do now? I'm screwed. I'm going to stand here all day holding this until I can get Anna to come up and help me. Oi! I need you to come up here for a minute. I need you to hold this like I'm holding it right here. Okay? You're letting water out.
Right, come on.
Yes, you can. Put your thumb on it like I had it. There you go. Alright, I'm going to Treviso. I'll be right back.
My new stomach just is empty.
Alright, actually, what I'm going to do is go see if I can get a plug that fits this guy.
Oh, you're going to leave me here?
I'm going to go to the Pio and get a plug for that, and then I got to go to Treviso.
Why, you're leaving me here. Goes away.
Okay, you hang on to that. Move your hand a little bit. I'm going to see if I can loosen this up first. All right. You can go ahead and take your hand out of there.
Ouch!
It's a good thing this is not water pressure like in the US. Otherwise, it'd be a mess. Alright, this pipe is brittle and it's not going to work. It keeps breaking. So I'm going to use the pipe that I have. I'm going to cut a small section to go in there, but I got to buy the adapter and I don't have it. And then that means I need to replace this adapter with one like this so that it's the right size. So I'm going to take this with me to the store because my broken Portuguese doesn't translate well. So I went to the store and bought a new adapter. This way it just fits right in there. Using a piece of this pipe, I'm going to attach this so the valve is shut off, so then I just screw it in. Alright, here we go. think it's good. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put water on here all these in place. This is just a quick fix to ensure that it's gonna be right position, right height. If I don't want to change it, all I do is just cut it. Well, my GoPro overheated, so what you missed was I attached this to the pipe and then put on the valve. So I went and got a hose, and now Anna's going to hold the hose and we're going to do a test.
Cross the fingers.
Okay, turning it on. Wow, water. We have agua in the garden. No more going to the pond and carrying a bucket, carrying a bucket.
Now the plant is gonna be so happy.
This is Vonay's, my next door neighbor. We went up to the waterfall to put the filter on the end of the water line and to restore water to our water tanks. We're up at the second waterfalls, and here's the water line that goes to our water tanks. Right here's the filter that we installed to ensure no debris gets inside there. And up there is where the waterfall is at. Nice, clean, fresh water. It's amazing, this drinking water here. We made sure we put a lot of rocks on it to ensure that when there's heavy rains it doesn't wash the line away, which happened originally. The filter and line used to be at the top of that other waterfall, but right now it's down here at the base of the second one. And the water line goes around the corner, and you can see how far down it is from the second waterfalls to the bottom. And the view from here is absolutely beautiful. Now you'll be able to see the water line stretches out across there, and about halfway there's a cable that holds it up to give it support so that all the weight's just not hanging on it. May have to modify that at a later date, but it's working fine. The view from up here is beautiful.